Hello, my name is Maria de Souza. I'm the founder of Posture Queen, and this is a place for you to learn all things good posture and movement for a life without pain and a life lived with more elegance. Today I'm going to bring to you another lesson of my series, Feldenkrais, one lesson at a time. And this lesson is connected to the rib basket lessons. So today I'm bringing to you part 3 of my little series of the rib basket. If you haven't looked at part 1 and part 2, please look at those, because this is the continuation of that lesson. So it's all one lesson, but because it's quite a long lesson, I've divided in parts. So you can either put these lessons together and do it as one, or you can do one by one. Okay, it depends how much time and commitment you have. So these lessons are in this position, which is called the saddle, sitting in saddle. We're gonna have, to start with, we're gonna have the right leg in front and the left leg behind, and you're going to rest on your right hand. Please make sure that you're not collapsing. So you're leaning, you're resting a little bit on it, but you're not collapsing. The hand is there to help you to keep the torso upright. Okay. So we're going to start in the same way we start the other lessons. You bring the arm up. This time, this case is the left arm. The hand is in front of your eyes, and the hand is soft and the elbow is down, so you don't want to be holding the elbow up, okay? The hand is soft, the elbow is soft, everything is soft. And what you're gonna do, you're going to turn the whole of the torso as one unit to the side as far as it goes, and you come back to the front. And you're going to do that a few times. Just notice how this movement feels for you. So if you have done part 1 and 2, this movement is quite familiar to you now. But if you haven't done those, then just take your time to get to know this movement, which is not a natural, it's not a movement that we do every day, okay? So I appreciate that. And just notice how much movement you feel in your torso, in your ribs, without forcing anything. Also bring your attention to your pelvis. Notice if your pelvis is moving or is it fixed. Don't worry too much about it now. Just notice what's there for you at this moment. Breathing in and breathing out. Do it slowly and gently. The slower you do, the more grace you can bring into the movement, the more you can feel. You can feel the movements in your body, wherever it's moving at the moment. Okay, just pay attention what's moving. How much of your chest, of your ribs, of your pelvis is moving without making it to move. Just notice what moves naturally now. And then you can keep a few mental notes of these, and then at the very end you can compare and see what have changed for you, what feels different. Okay? For the moment, just feel the movement, how you are moving. Okay, and next time you come to the front, let it go and have a rest. You can rest for as long as you want. You can pause the video if you need a little bit more rest, okay? So always rest for as long as you need to. So now the left leg is in front and the right leg is behind. And you're resting on your left hand. You bring your right hand up in front of your eyes. Your elbow is hanging up and down, okay? And you're going to do that same movement. Turn it to the right, to the left this time, and back to the middle. Notice how that movement feels for you. Just see what moves, how it moves, what doesn't move, what's easy, what's not. Does this side feels different to the other side? It's very likely that it will. How different is it? Where's the differences? Breathing in and out, slow, long, deep breaths. What's moving? How much of your torso is moving the ribs? Bring your awareness to your pelvis. Is the pelvis moving? If it's not, don't worry about it for the moment. Just see, just notice what's there for you today. How far can you turn without pushing, without forcing anything? The slower you go, the more you can understand, the more you can feel. If you want to stay on the side for a second and be curious about the movement, be curious what's there in that movement for you. Okay, and next time you come to the front, you can release and rest. And we're going to swap the legs around. Right leg in front, left behind you, rest on your right hand. And you're going to bring the left hand up and you're going to do the same movement to the side. Notice if that feels different. Can you involve a little bit more of your pelvis in this move? Can you create an invitation for the pelvis to move with the torso, with the ribs? What happens if the pelvis also moves? Can you go a little bit farther away? Can you turn a little bit without forcing? How is this movement evolving for you? Okay, the next time you come to the front, have a rest. We're going to stay here because we're going to come back to this movement on this side, okay? Rest for as long as you need. If you need to stop this video, please do. Now, bring your hand up, turn to the side a couple of times. And this time, the next time you come to the side, stay there as far as you can go to the side, stay there, and bring your hand to rest on top of your crown. And make sure you're not pushing anything, the hand is just resting here. and you look into the side, okay? So you're not looking to the front, you're looking to the side. And what you're going to do, you're going to bring the head, tilt the head only towards your left shoulder back to the center, and then tilt it towards the right shoulder, okay? So, and notice that movement. Notice how the movement goes from side to side. So you're only turning the head, and then you're tilting the head from side to side, and then see if you can involve more of yourself in this movement. The ribs, the pelvis. So it's like a side, it is a side bending, okay? So make sure that you understand that we go from side to side. So the head, the nose, the chin stays in the same relationship to the body, okay? So I'm not turning sideways. The nose doesn't, so the nose is kind of, the chin is kind of fixed, and you just go from side to side, okay? Of course, there is this tilt of the head, but it's not around, okay? It doesn't go from left to right. It does go from left to right, but it's not a rotation, that's what I mean. Okay, so it's a side bending. So imagine that your nose is glued to, there's a wall, and there's glued to the wall, and it doesn't come out of that point, okay? It just goes from side to side, okay? So the hand rests, it's not pushing the head, it's just resting. And you bring the right ear closer to the right shoulder, and then the left ear closer to the left shoulder. And then see how much involvement the ribs can get. So I'm sorry about my English. So see how much involvement you can have in the ribs area and the pelvis. As you know, English is not my first language, as you might have noticed from day one. So apologies when I get things a little bit muddled up. And if you feel like, oh, I can't get as much movement as you are having, don't worry about it, because if you keep going with these lessons every day, if every single day you do a little bit, remember that 10, 15, 20 minutes a day is better than an hour a week. So if you do a little bit of this every single day, I promise that you will increase the movement in your rib basket. Okay? So for now, just be with what's there for you. Just respect that without forcing anything. Okay, and next time you come to the center, just release your hand and then come to the front and have a rest. You can rest on your knees or lie on your back. Breathing in and out. So it's not a very easy movements. They're not very easy movements to do because we are in a little bit of an workout position. So only do what you can, okay? Take more breaks if you need. You can always pause the video and take more breaks and go back and do it again. And every time you do it, you'll notice that you can do a little bit longer, you can do a little bit more, okay? So we're going to go back where we were, and we're just going to notice how things are now. So just do this very initial movement that we did before, and just notice what has changed for you. What feels different? Okay, and we're going to do the other side. So the left leg comes in the front, right leg is behind you. You rest on your left hand. Bring your right arm up, your right hand, and just move to the side, to the left hand side, coming back to the front. Just notice how that movement feels for you. And then next time you come to the side, you stay there on the side. Bring your hand to rest on your top of your hand. Remember, not pushing the hand is just resting on the crown of your head, okay? And from here you're going to do exactly the same thing as you did before. You're going to bring the right ear closer to your right shoulder, and then come to the center, to the middle, and then the left ear closer to the left shoulder, okay? And you're going to do that a few times. The head tilts to the side. Remember to keep the nose, the chin, the same relationship to the environment, to the wherever, and keeping everything still. And then as you tilt the head from side to side, see if you can get more of your ribs involved in this movement, more of your pelvis involved in this movement. See if more of your torso can take a participation in this movement. Again, if you don't find much movement, if you feel a bit stuck, don't worry about it. All you have to do, as I said before, is to keep going with these lessons every single day, a little bit a day, and things will change for you, okay? So you need to be patient. If your rib basket didn't move for many years, or if you have a rib cage as opposed to a rib basket, things will going to take time to being a rib cage to being a rib basket. Okay, and forcing and pushing will not do anything good for you. It only brings strain, tension, and even injury if you force things. So you need to take the time for your body to move again like it used to move when you were a child, okay? But you need to keep up with the practice and be patient with yourself. Okay, so we're moving from side to side, and notice how much of your ribs participate in this movement. Also, this side is going to feel different to the other side. Just notice those differences. Okay, I feel that for me, that this side is not as mobile as the other side. And all that means is that, well, I'm imbalanced like everyone else, or most people are. And I just need to work on this side a little bit longer, pay more attention to this side. You see that my movement changed. Now I'm getting more of my rib basket involved and my pelvis, and that is because my nervous system is starting awakening as well, is starting understanding. My central nervous system start understanding that this is how I need to move. Okay. All right, and next time you bring yourself to the front, to the middle, just release your hand and come into the center, to the front. And rest here for a moment. Breathe in and out. Okay, let's go back there and see how this movement, just turning, feels for you now. Is it easy to do? Is it more of yourself involved in this movement? It is certainly for me. Okay. And I'm going to finish this lesson here. There's more to this lesson, so you have part 1, you have part 2, and this is part 3. Do these lessons as one, or just do part 1 and part 2, or part 2 and part 3. But don't do this one alone, okay? Either do part 1 and part 3, or part 2 and part 3, or part 1, 2 and 3. You can do alone part 1 and alone part 2, but I wouldn't suggest you do this one alone, because you won't be of great benefit. Okay, it'll be better if you do it with either part 1 or part 2. Better still if you do the 3 all as one lesson. If you got the time, remember to do it slowly, gently, and take as many breaks as your body asks you to take. Okay. Now just going to, just like we did at the very beginning, come into the same position you came at the beginning. Just do these movements, these normal movements we do during the day. Notice if things have changed for you. Does it feel more that your whole of your torso is participating in this movement, and not only the arm, and not moving like a robot? Notice that should feel a little bit more loose and more pleasant to move this way. It certainly does for me. I hope it does for you as well. Okay, so there's more to this lesson. I'll bring it another time. And I'll put all these lessons in one video in my website, so you can have it as one lesson and not as different videos. So thank you very much for doing this lesson with me, and if you have any questions, comments, if you want to share anything that is beneficial to the whole community, please do that below so that we can all benefit from it. And I'll come back with more lessons. If you have requests, you can also put that below the video and I'll have a look at it. And I'll see you at the next video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.